For our next presentation, we have Mr. Alexander Yao. He is the Vice President of Manufacturing for Lamoiyan Corporation, and he is responsible for production planning, production engineering, research and development, and quality control. And he has been in this company since its inception in 1988 and developed the company's product formulations and processes. He will be speaking to us about establishing a continuous improvement culture to achieve manufacturing excellence and to overcome market challenges. Please welcome onto the stage Mr. Yao.
Maybe I should tell you first how I organize the presentation. Okay? I break it down into two parts. The first part, we will review three short cases, and I'll try to share the experiences we have with regards to continuous improvements. On the second part, I'll be talking about 3 points which I think is important. Now, as a background, Lamoiyan Corporation is into the consumer product manufacturing. We produce toothpaste. That's our major product. And we also produce some dishwashing aids, dishwashing liquid, dishwashing paste. And we also have a specialized shampoo, a lice-killing shampoo. Okay? So those are our products. By the way, this is our 25th year in the business, so we're celebrating our silver anniversary this year. Change before you have to. Continuous improvement is a change. Change in the way we do things, change in our mindset, change in our attitude. An employee may say, I'm here to produce toothpaste. Another may say, I'm here to produce the report. They may say, I'm here to do this, I'm here to do that. But more importantly, they should be saying, I'm here to improve the way I do things. Improvement is my business. With such a mindset, then any problem becomes an opportunity. Opportunity to learn, opportunity to improve. With any change, comes with it resistance to change. And the people at the top are the most resistant to change. In my case, it's my boss. And my boss is someone I cannot do without, because he's the owner of the company. And my objective, of course, is to try to win his support. Never assume that because you're doing continuous improvement, that you're saving company some money, that your boss will automatically support you. Why not? Well, I struggled with that problem for a long time, and I come to two conclusions, and they are not mutually exclusive. The first one is that he does not believe I can do it. No matter how competent I am, no matter how good I am, if he doesn't believe I can do it, he will not support me. The second is habit, inertia. He's been doing the same thing for so many years, and he's quite successful. Asking him to change overnight is practically impossible. Now, what I can do is actually try to prove myself in both cases. Sometimes we have to wait for opportunities. But while waiting for the opportunities to come, we can start changing our mindset. My own mindset, mindset of the people around me. Let's go to case one. Many years ago, we launched this product. It's a sachet, toothpaste in sachet. The sachet has 3 chambers. Each chamber contains 10 ml of toothpaste. When it was launched, it was so successful. Within a few months, we ran out of mixing capacity. The simple solution is get another vacuum mixer. However, we already have 3 vacuum mixers, and there's no place in the plant to put another one in. So that means we have to put up another area, extend the production floor to put in the mixer. Another problem is that Suppliers don't stock such vacuum mixers. It will take at least 4 months to 6 months to get it in, to put it in place, and to get it running. And my boss wants to strike while the iron is hot. He doesn't want to wait for the competitor to have a proper reaction to our product. The idea of reducing the mixing time is the best solution we have. Actually, that idea was floated around many years earlier, but it was rejected. People ask us, how much do you intend to save? You may be saving a little on manpower, a little on electricity. The saving is so small, it's not worth the effort. So that idea floated several years earlier, died before it was even born. But now we have a crisis. We don't have capacity. It's a good thing our people look at the crisis as an opportunity, and we don't waste such an opportunity. Within a week, engineers were able to reduce the mixing time by more than 60%, and this effectively more than double our mixing capacity. And after that, if you think continuous improvement projects is supported by my boss, think again. Now he has better appreciation of our capability, but he used us for firefighting. Whenever there's a problem, he comes to the engineering group, can you fix this problem? Whenever he wants to solve something, he came here to us and say, can you solve this? So the idea of continuous improvement did not sink in. So that led us to the next point. Continuous improvement is not a destination. It's a journey. And it's a very long journey. So you have to be prepared. However, with a series of successes under our belt, we eventually win his trust and support. He now invests in a major way on monitoring systems for distribution channel. But that's a totally different story. That brings us to the second case, crossing departments. A few years ago, the production staging area was clogged with finished goods. This is the area where we keep the finished goods coming off the production line before we move it into the finished goods warehouse. This is also the area where the quality control do their thing. They check, they validate, they do laboratory analysis, and so on. The area was clogged. And again, the simple solution is to increase the frequency of transfer. If you're doing it every morning, now you do it maybe twice a day. But we receive all kinds of resistance. Quality control says you cannot move it until we approve it, and we will take 24 hours to approve it. Warehouse also have their resistance. They say, we cannot accommodate your goods. We don't have the space. That's strange, because a few months earlier, we just put up a new warehouse for finished goods, and it's a five-level high double-dip racking system. So I inspected the warehouse myself. True enough, the warehouse is half empty. So what happened? However, although it's empty, the people seem to have a lot of difficulty moving the items in and also picking the items for delivery. We trace the error to a critical defect in the design. It's a double-dip system where you have one pallet in front of the other. Now, they assign two location names, one for the front pallet, the other for the back pallet. But the computer assumed that the two locations are independently accessible. So frequently, they will be asked to pick something from the back while there's something blocking the front. And the reverse is also true. When they're putting something in, that's a problem. So seeing the problem, my engineers went over the process we map the entire process from production until it is stored in the warehouse. And we counted 10 steps all in all, the existing process. Within 2 days, we come up with a new process, and there's only 5 steps. Now, these 5 steps satisfies not only quality assurance, but also accounting documentations, and it eliminated the problem they're having in the finished goods warehouse. So everybody should be happy. We presented the solution. We have resistance from all over the place, most especially from the warehouse people who should be benefiting from that new process. So what went wrong? Well, at that time, it's a good thing that the head of finance, the wife of the owner, intervened, and he forced the project through. She forced the project through. So what happened? The warehouse people actually felt that we are exposing their errors and questioning their competency. So the lesson learned here is do not put anybody in a bad light. We should have started working with them right from the beginning, identifying the problem with them, coming up with a solution with them, so they get the credit for solving the problem, not having this fear of being blamed for the mistake. So that's case number 2. Next one, cooperation with supplier. People always say, think outside the box. In Lamoiyan, we say, think inside a bigger box. You should expand your box to cover, to include also your supplier. Not too long ago, we called a meeting with the supplier of our cartons, the secondary packaging for toothpaste. No less than the owner of the company came to the meeting. The objective was to find a way to reduce the cost of the carton. And this is one of the results of that meeting. This is a printed sheet. You'll notice there are 2 different designs. When we do it this way, they can actually run more per plate. They can run more per setup. Instead of doing this 2 times, they can run this once, and we have 2 products. So they have a longer run, they have reached a better economic volume, and reduce costs. And we get it cheaper. So it's a win-win situation. Everybody's happy. But we did not stop there. The supplier offers a BMI arrangement, vendor management inventory system. He said, why don't I run 3 months? I'll deliver everything to your warehouse, and then as you use it, you report it to us, and we will bill you the quantity you have used. So now they have pushed the quantity to a higher volume, cutting the cost further, and we get it even cheaper. And everybody is happy. Now, this is possible only because early on, we work to win the supplier's trust and confidence. They know we are not going to pull a fast one on them. There is trust. Now let's move on to the second part. Point number 1, I call this, I have an idea, because an engineer came to me one day and said, boss, your product is using a lot of cartons in this orientation. Okay, this is our dishwashing paste in a carton box. He said, if you change the configuration to this one on your left, the same volume, you would have saved 30% on material. It's a good idea. However, when presented to brand marketing group, again, it was rejected. The reason, it's different from the original one. Of course, it's different. However, a few months later, when material cost goes up, and finance department is breathing down their neck about profitability The same solution was proposed, and they accepted it. Although there's a slight compromise, we end up with this product over here. We save 20% on material. 20% is still 20%. Now, people will not be interested in your idea unless it's a solution to their problem. It's not about you and your idea. It's about their problem. Dollar and cents, point number 2. Not everything can be measured in terms of dollars and cents. Here's an example. The box below is the original design. The box on top is our new design. If you look at it, you can hardly see the size, 50 ml at the bottom. But for the new design, even if it's far away, you can see the size. You can see the variant name, Explosive Menthol Red. The lower original design, there's just a patch of red ink. You don't know what it is. Okay? Now, how do you put a dollar amount to such improvements? You cannot. But these are still important, and we let it push through. Now, something like this, just a bulletin board, all projects, you put it up there with the name of the people in the project. Now, if people see their project on the board, see their name up there, it's a big boost to their morale. How do you put a dollar equivalent to that? You cannot. But when we put this up, more and more projects came up. So our slogan is, as long as it can be faster, cheaper, or better, let the people do it. Let them do it, even if you cannot quantify it in terms of dollars and cents. Point number 3, taste of success. When continuous improvement was formally recognized and I was formally put in charge of the projects, I want to do it all. Everything has to pass through me. I have to understand every detail of every project. Now, let's think about it. How much can one person do? Honestly, not much. It's when I learn to let go, let my people do it themselves, let my people carry the whole project through, that I start seeing a lot of projects, a lot of interesting projects cropping up. I have to constantly remind myself that my job is not to do the projects. My job is to clear the way for my people to succeed in those projects. So allow your people to experiment and learn from their mistakes, and do not deny your people the taste of success. Now, in summary, the first case we went through is about mixing capacity, where I said we have to change before we have to, and crisis is such a terrible thing to waste. Case number 2, about crossing departments. Do not put anyone in bad light. And case number 3, cooperation with the supplier. We have to win their trust. And we have to think within a bigger box. The 3 points. First, it's not about you and your idea. It's about their problem. Point 2, as long as it is faster, cheaper, and better, even if you cannot quantify that in dollars and cents, let them do it. And point number 3, do not deny your people the taste of success. Clear the way for them to succeed. Brag about them as a father would brag about their sons and daughters. And lastly, let me leave you with this. Continuous improvement, like innovation, is more than just having the idea yourself. You also have to bring everyone else to where the idea is. And that becomes really difficult if you're too many steps ahead. Thank you.
Does anyone have any questions? Thank you very much for your presentation.